Well, welcome. Today is the Lion's Gate, the 8-8 of 22, which is a 4. And I'm here with Meher Madon, and she is an astrologer amongst many other gifted avenues that she expresses. She just reads the Akashic records, and she helps to clear anything that is in your Akashic that may be getting in the way. But today we're going to listen to her talk about the Lion's Gate as an astrologer. And then I will put my 2 bits in as a channel to bring forth some extra wisdom from the guides around what this means and about how to navigate this period, which is, I believe, over 3 days, not just today. So Meher, if you'd like to share your wisdom.
Sure, thanks, Raphael. And you all know Raphael and his beautiful heart thread sessions that he does, which really help take you deep inside your own subconscious and bring you to the 0 point and shift inside out. So let me start by talking about 8-8. So 8-8 is the peak of the Lion's Gate portal, and what that means is our Earth, the Sun, and Sirius, which we call our spiritual sun or the great central sun in many spiritual traditions. So like if the sun is the father, I think of Sirius as our grandfather. And the Sirian energy is the energy through which a lot of mystery school teachings were brought in. And on 8-8, it's completely aligned with the sun and the earth. As such, its energies are very potent. So a lot of Syrian starseeds will feel the potency. And when we connect and when we connect in with our Syrian star brothers, we can get in the right messages. Also, this window leading up to this portal starts like all the way from the 27th or 28th of July and going until the 12th of August is when you would feel the energy. So we are in, moving from Cancer season to Leo season, and that's why it's called the Lion's Gate portal. And the lion is the symbolism of the Syrian, because the Leo energy is that of creation and creativity. So this is a great time to manifest anything new that you want to create. And 8-8, the numerology of it is, of course, the double 8 is the number for abundance and infinity, and it doubles up on 8-8. So your manifestation, your creation is going to get a big power punch along with the energy of abundance. And it's also the energy of creating through the heart, because Leo is all about creating through your heart. It's not just about creating, but creating the things you absolutely love. And if you're not aligned with what you absolutely love, then usually the alignments around this time tend to bring you back to your heart and what do you love doing. So at this point in time, you want to focus on what do I love doing? What do I really want my life to look like? And what do I really want to bring into my life that I absolutely love? And that's a very important piece. In a couple of days, about the 11th, we have a full moon. And that full moon has very powerful alignments. Some of them are, let's say, challenging, but in a way that they will shift you if you're not fully aligned to your purpose. So it'll just, any kind of challenges that are there astrologically, they just kind of allow us to think and allow us to bring us back onto our path. So we have an Aquarius Saturn alignment, which, it's about balancing freedom and responsibility, and Mars in the picture, giving mojo and punch to the whole thing. And Uranus brings unexpected shifts and changes. So this full moon is full of unexpected shifts and changes, but there's a lot of endings and new beginnings. And when they come through, we just want you to know that, they're making space for new things to come. And that's why you hold in your heart the manifestation of what is to come. So I'll give that over to Raphael now for.
Thank you. It strikes me too that 8 and 8 makes 16, which is a 7. So it's not just the energy of 8, it's also the energy of 7, which for many of us is a lucky number, so to speak. The energy of 7 is the 6 plus the 1. So it takes you from that energy of flow and that energy of divine union to a higher level of union to that extra 1. Plus, it's an energy of, in many ways, also of creation, the energy of the 7 days, the 7 notes, a very primitive numerological aspect is established through the number 7, just like 5. When you look at music, the black notes on the piano, the pentatonic scale, is a scale made up of 5 numbers. When you go to the diatonic scale, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, you're looking at a 7-note scale. And then the evolution of that is towards the 12, which is the, with the semitones, it's the full scale in the Western world. It also is a representation of the planets, of the apostles, of the many different aspects, the zodiac, which is a foundational expression of the wholeness divided up into various facets. And often the sun in the center is the 13th. So it's very much of a major time of shifting, but also of connecting to the collective. The energy of the 8, when you look at it as an infinity symbol, has that point at the very center, what Meher referred to within the space of the heart, the still point. And so in the midst of all these changes, in the midst of this evolution from one, like the yin yang, from one side to the other, there's always that seed of the other. And so as much as possible, it's important at this time within that element of change and of so-called challenge, bringing us to the next level in many ways, bringing us to a threshold, in many ways bringing us to the point at which the cocoon is ready to open for a whole transformative experience of being able to fly and actually being metamorphosed from a little caterpillar into a gorgeous butterfly. So we're at that still point in a way where the two cross over, where the 8 becomes that point in the center right there, right there, where the two sides are coming together and creating that magical space like the center of the hurricane. That stillness, that feeling of being grounded, of having a place of belonging, no matter where you are or no matter what you feel, the energy of the truth of who you are is that you belong. The energy of 8 is also a double 4. It's solidity. It's very strongly grounded. The cube is a very grounded figure. It's 4, which is a solid energy. We build our houses in many ways on the foundation of that square. But when you cube it and it becomes an 8, it becomes even stronger. And so this is a time to establish a very strong foundation. And the strongest place of that foundation is the heart. The heart is that point which is the center of Mother Earth below us and Father Sky above us. And so we always default to that place where we put our right hand on our heart, our left hand on our right, and that helps us to shift our location from the head to the heart and back to the body. grounding into Mother Earth, feeling your feet planted firmly on the earth, and at the same time feeling our connection with heaven, with that alignment with the center of the grand central sun, the energy of the next level beyond our solar system, beyond our star system, beyond our sun, taking it into a broader galactic perspective. Because at this time, we are actually being asked to connect, whether it be through our hearts, through our minds, through our practice, through our prayers, through our ceremonies, to connect with our galactic family, to recognize that we're not alone, that the earth is only in a birthing process, like that cocoon. The butterfly that will emerge will be the new age. It will be the age of Aquarius. It will be the age, the golden age of harmony and peace and love, returning to earth. Because the grand illusion that we're all laboring under as the result of the energies of control, of fear, of greed and domination are losing their grip. More people are waking up to the reality and the understanding that it is a grand illusion that has been fostered upon us, that we are truly love, and that fear is the antithesis of love and of trust. And so at this time, when we go into that center we call the heart, it's important to understand that the power of our faith, of our trust, and our ability to have patience is what will allow us to carry through any challenge and establish that shift within ourselves to the next vibrational level. For we are in truth moving into a greater aspect of multidimensionality. We are actually becoming galactic citizens, and it will not be very long before we meet our space brethren, our space brothers and sisters, and that we are recognizing that they are already shining tremendous amount of light upon us. They're directing cosmic rays to our planet to help raise our vibration, to help create codes within us, to open up our various alignments for our highest good, our highest purpose. And more of the light workers are recognizing that they have a job to do, and that is to bring in and shine the light. And so we have help. We also have help in removing some of the negative energies that are being bombarding us by their ability to, using the highest technologies available in the galactic energies, to be able to actually shift and mitigate much of the intention of damage and harm to humans that can be done. And so they have permission to come at our request and help us, so that we do not have as much harm, as much destruction, and as much death as was intended by the negative energies that have pushed this agenda upon us. So back to you, if you would like to add something from a more cosmic perspective, perhaps you could let us know what the Akashic records are saying about this time.
I'd like to open the records for the collective under Metatron's guidance. And
So speak loudly.
yeah. All right. So let's see what comes up in the Akash. So in the Akash of the collective, what I'm feeling is a lot of shifting and changing. I'm seeing this wave coming through, and it's like a wave. And what the wave is doing is it's cutting through the boxes. So it's like a narrow box, and the wave is cutting through. So if anybody is feeling discomfort in being moved, a lot of starseeds are awakening at this point, and when you awaken, you're going to have this feeling that that, okay, I really know that I need to do something, but I don't know what it is. So there you have a lot of guidance. You can come to, many of us, and you'll be guided exactly as to what to do. But again, going straight to your heart, you will know exactly what to do. So your heart always tells you what the truth is. It is the resistance around it when you argue with your own heart, saying that, no, this doesn't sound practical, this doesn't sound doable. That is the resistance and the conditioning. And then you get confused, and then you don't know what to do. But you always know what to do deep down inside your heart, even if it's just an idea which doesn't sound complete. It's that little spark which, if you keep following through with that idea and you allow it to grow before you shut it down, then it'll grow into something. So even if it's just a thought, follow the thought, follow that thing that sparks your heart, follow that thing that brings you a smile. So that's how you will transform. That's the transformation. That's the willing transformation. Now, for a lot of those that are very conditioned, there will be a breakdown of conditioning, which they're saying is an unwilling transformation. But what that means is that there will be things put up in your life where things are shifting and it may feel hard. You may not understand why all this is happening, but at the end of it, you come out to be a stronger, more different person and more deconditioned. So there is strong intervention happening right now from all the galactics in order to awaken every light worker, every volunteer soul, every starseed right now, one way or the other. Like I said, when they're willing, then, through that willingness, you'll seek out, you know, uh, the help, assistance, whatever you need, internal, external, to be able to go on your path. And then until you do, there is a sense of restlessness. The second one is this, the breakdown before the breakthrough. So it's up to you whether you ease into the shift or not. And that shift again is happening throughout Gaia. It's not just you. What you need to understand is you're not alone in the shift. It is happening throughout. There are many light workers working on easing the process. But again, it doesn't have to be uncomfortable. Again, that's entirely up to how much you resisted, because what you don't see is what lies ahead. What lies ahead is so beautiful. When you start operating completely from your heart, then what lies ahead is, that whole open field. You just have to break through that conditioning or whatever it is that's in the way. Now, a lot of people who are going through like transformations in the body, I've been hearing about digestion and tooth issues and structural issues. I've also been hearing about loved ones going through things. But understand that these new energies are not the most comfortable. So some souls may choose to transition. You need to give them the space and the validity. Another important thing is, as you shift, you want everyone around, you want to take everyone along, which is fine. As a light worker, one of your primary goals is to help everyone around you, which is perfectly fine. And to obviously bring, help them also ascend as much as possible. However, you must respect their free will. If your job is to guide and to provide guidance when either asked for or when you see that someone needs it. But when you meet with a lot of resistance around it, and there are those that want to be stuck in their ways, even though they're your loved ones, you must understand that you must give them that space to be who they are, because it's their free will choice. And then it's your learning to accept that choice, even though you really don't want them to suffer. So there is that parity that you will feel as you ascend and grow. You will feel the need to take those around you along with you, because otherwise you feel that distance growing from them. But you must allow them their free will choice. So all of these are just things happening around and how to navigate it. But again, the end result is so beautiful. And the most important thing on this day of manifestation is to keep your in your heart and in your mind the highest timeline. So when everything is shifting, you need to just envision what you want your life to look like and what you want Gaia to look like in the next few years. and just keep that highest vision in mind, and do not allow any fear to come through, because the change again is going to bring what's beautiful and what's heart-based. So that's the message that came through. And one more thing I wanted to mention about the Syrians. Syrians are very they love technology, they love logic-based things. A lot of mystery schools all over the world, were from the Syrian lineage, and the lineage of um, Isis and Melchizedek, and all of the, Yeshua, the David, Abraham bloodline. There's a lot of Syrian influence there. So beautiful time to call upon all of those masters and all of your lineage keepers, to come in and assist at this point. And if you are part of your own mystery school, whatever it is, then the rituals it's a great time to do that as well. And I would also like to add that today happens to be a very powerful day for the Ascended Master Lord Shiva. It's the month of Shravan in the Vedas, and Mondays of the month of Shravan are considered a very powerful time. So just this day just doesn't get any, it just keeps getting more powerful. So it's a very, very, very potent day for both manifestation and release, because Shiva helps you with clearing all that does not serve when you pray to him. So.
And what came to me when you said that, Monday is the day of the moon, right? Moon day.
Yes.
And here we are, a masculine and a feminine energy. So remember that that's also part of what your makeup is, that each one is both masculine and feminine. And this is especially an important time for the man, masculine, to honor the feminine, for the feminine to recognize that they can be safe within the environment of a conscious masculine person, and that we are all moving towards a new world in which there's absolute equality and absolute honoring and mutual respect between the masculine and the feminine in all ways, in whatever form it may be, whether it's external or internal. So the full moon is on the 11th, which Meher said is coming up. Another good time to do ceremony, to go within, to honor the time and the cycles of nature. We're moving towards the harvest season, towards the equinox, and everything is shifting. If you can stay steady within that shift, you will make the greatest contribution possible just through your open heart, your steadiness, your patience, and your trust. So there we go.
Yeah.
I think that's
the prize is in the eye of the storm. Stay in the eye, and then you won't get blown away.
Stay in the ice of the storm. Thank you so much for listening to us. This is our first combined effort, and I think we'll be doing more of this. So thank you so much. Look, don't be shaky.